He's great. He's doing really, really good. And I want to thank everyone for all their tips and goodwill. Love they've sent to us.
Number 10. Jack's diagnosis. The cameras were rolling when Sharon Osbourne's world stopped. Jack, her beloved son, the child she had raised through chaos and fame, through family drama and healing, looked at her and told her the truth. He had multiple sclerosis. For Sharon, it was as though every scream, every laugh, every sleepless night of motherhood had collided into one unbearable moment. Her tears came before words. The woman known for fire and steel collapsed into the most fragile state of all, a mother who could not protect her child. The world saw her cry on camera, and it broke them. Not because she was weak, but because she was strong, until life cut her knees out from under her. The grief in her eyes was not just for Jack, but for every parent who has ever heard a doctor's sentence and known that nothing would ever be the same.
Sorry for myself, and that is no good. So we have to think.
It was the first of many tears that proved Sharon's life would be a series of heartbreaks, each heavier than the last. Number 9. The Talk. Television had made Sharon a household name. She was bold, funny, sharp, the woman who sparred with her co-hosts and laughed loudly. But then came the moment when she broke. On The Talk, in front of millions, her words faltered, her eyes burned, and then the tears fell. The audience didn't see a polished celebrity.
Because I honestly, at this point today, have no idea what I'm going to be doing with the rest of my life. Because this is like getting to the last chapter of this book.
You and Ozzy have gone up and down, like all of us do in our relationships. But why do you feel like it's so different this time?
Because I'm 63 years of age. And I can't keep living like this.
They saw a woman stripped bare by years of carrying too much. Her breakdown was not rehearsed. It was not a television drama. It was grief made public. And when she cried, the panel fell silent. Because no matter how strong you pretend to be, no matter how often you smile for the cameras, the heart will always reveal itself.
He's entitled to an opinion, and for that, you end up losing your job.
Yeah, because my whole point is that you are a journalist and a celebrity. So therefore, you're paid to give your opinion. The same as I was paid to give my opinion. That's why we're there.
Those tears marked a new chapter. Sharon was not just living with grief, she was being devoured by it. A love story written in chaos and scars. For decades, they fought the world together. But when they split, Sharon's soul cracked open. She admitted she thought life was over. She couldn't picture mornings without him, nights without his presence, even in the madness. When she spoke of it, the tears flowed not as sharp cries, but as slow rivers, grief that would not stop. Fans who had seen her laugh through anything now saw her drown in silence. Her sobs told a story.
I was finding things very, very difficult, and I've been medicated for 28 years, properly medicated.
That love, when lost, takes pieces of you with it. And the worst part, she was still alive, still standing, but half of her heart felt buried. It was the kind of grief that lingers like smoke, choking, invisible, impossible to escape. Number 7. Cheating. The cheating scandal tore open wounds that were barely healing. Sharon had forgiven chaos, forgiven addiction, forgiven absence, but betrayal is a knife of its own. She sat before the world and confessed humiliation, pain, anger, and then her tears poured out. There was no armor left, no witty remark.
Sharon Osbourne returns to the talk and breaks her silence on her split from Ozzy.
Because the one you trusted becomes the one who wounds you. Sharon's sobs weren't just heartbreak, they were the death rattle of innocence. Number 6. Never returning. When Sharon said she would never return to the talk, it was more than a career choice. It was surrender. Tears marked her face as she admitted the pain of being silenced, pushed aside, abandoned by something she had built. Her voice trembled, her eyes glistened, and the audience understood. She wasn't crying over a television show. She was crying over the loss of belonging, The grief was heavier now. Each time she wept, it wasn't fresh, it was layered, compounded by every tear before it. And viewers leaned in, curious, aching.
Julie, what was your reaction to Sharon Osbourne's sudden departure from the talk? And when was the last time you spoke?
Oh, well, we texted probably before that. I would say maybe 8 months before that. Her departure, I thought was, I think the whole thing was handled really horribly. It was...
Number 5, depression. In interviews, Sharon admitted to depression. She confessed moments of despair, even the darkest thoughts, and when the tears came, they came not as sudden bursts, but as weary leaks, as though her heart had simply overflowed too many times.
4 years ago, I was finding things very, very difficult, and I've been medicated for 28.
She cried because speaking it out loud meant admitting that the weight sometimes became unbearable. Fans saw it, they felt it, and they grieved with her. Because depression is not just sadness, it is grief turned inward, eating you alive. Her tears spoke for thousands who could not speak themselves.
I tried to take my life, and it wasn't for attention.
Right.
I just couldn't.
Oh, Mrs. O.
You couldn't bear it.
Couldn't bear it.
Right.
You
couldn't bear
know.
it. Yes.
Wow.
Yes. And I remember that time. And I remember us wanting to give you your space and your privacy.
Number 4, meeting Ozzy. Not all tears are pain. Some are nostalgia, so sharp it cuts. Sharon has cried remembering the first time she met Ozzy, the wild-eyed boy whose chaos became her world. Her voice cracks when she recalls it. Number 5, depression. In interviews, Sharon admitted to depression. She confessed moments of despair, even the darkest thoughts, and when the tears came, they came not as sudden bursts, but as weary leaks, as though her heart had simply overflowed too many times.
Well, I want to come back to your own troubles, though. You've had cancer twice. You've mentioned depressed. I think you said fairly seriously depressed.
She cried because speaking it out loud meant admitting that the weight sometimes became unbearable. Fans saw it, they felt it, and they grieved with her.
4 years ago, I tried to take my life, and it wasn't for attention.
Right.
I just couldn't.
Oh, Mrs. O.
You couldn't bear it.
Couldn't bear it.
Right.
You
couldn't
know.
bear it. Yes.
Wow.
Yes. And I remember that time.
Because depression is not just sadness, it is grief turned inward, eating you alive. Her tears spoke for thousands who could not speak themselves. Number 4, meeting Ozzy. Not all tears are pain. Some are nostalgia, so sharp it cuts. Sharon has cried remembering the first time she met Ozzy, the wild-eyed boy whose chaos became her world. Her voice cracks when she recalls it, because even through the betrayals, the fights, the scars, that love is still the center of her story. These tears, though softer, are cruel in their own way, because they remind her and us of everything that was gained and everything that was lost.
It kept you so attached to him.
He was so funny and quick-witted, and yet very vulnerable. And I just thought he was the funniest, sweetest guy I'd ever met.
Number 3, prescription drugs. Ozzy's battles with prescription drugs nearly destroyed him. Sharon held him through hospital visits, through lies, through nights of terror, and the tears she shed during those years came not from surprise, but exhaustion. She had cried the same tears again and again until they carved lines into her face. Grief that repeats itself is the worst kind. It doesn't shock anymore, it erodes, and Sharon's tears during this chapter of life revealed a woman drained but unwilling to quit.
The latest on Sharon and Ozzy Osbourne and whether they are really calling it quits after more than 30 years of marriage. Sharon now speaking out to set the record straight, sharing emotional family details about what's really going on at home and how she's holding up right now.
Am I happy? No. Am I upset? Yes, I am. I'm devastated right now.
Emotions ran high on the talk as Sharon Osbourne revealed intimate details about her husband's ongoing battle with addiction.
I never knew that he was using prescription drugs.
Number 2, private. There are the public tears, and then there are the ones no one sees. Behind closed doors, Sharon has admitted she has broken down. Alone, away from cameras, the sobs racked her body. No makeup, no lights, no audience, only silence. And that silence makes the tears worse, because there is no one to witness them, no one to say you're not alone. It is in these private breakdowns that her grief is most devastating, because they prove that the pain never leaves. Number 1, survival. In the end, Sharon's tears are not weakness, they are testimony, testimony of survival, testimony of a heart that still beats despite everything it has endured. She has cried for her children, for her marriage, for her betrayals, for herself, and each time, the grief has only grown heavier. The audience, watching her journey, cannot look away, because each tear tells us something about our own fragility. Each sob pulls us deeper, makes us ache, makes us wonder what heartbreak waits around the corner. And when Sharon bursts into tears, it is not just her heart breaking, it is ours.